I'm 50 years old now, and these horrible events happened 26 years ago exactly. And I still feel when I'm in here as if this forest is hugging me. You know, like it sort of embraces me. You know? And that's how we felt even in '92. The entire population of the village was hiding in this forest. And one smaller group went by mistake to a wrong side of the forest, and they were all killed on the second day. They dropped air bombs on us in the valley and in the forest. Artillery, mortars, infantry fire from all sides. I went to school with the Serbs together, and most of the time you would never even think of their ethnicity, and they would not think of your ethnicity. I mean, most of the time. We left our home in the neighboring town of Vlasenica weeks before, so everything we had stayed there. By the moment we reached this village, we were already refugees. And there was a part of the village that only was for the Nohanovic family, and there were some other families in the other part of the village, so it was about 200 people altogether. That was before the war. After the war, which is now, there's only 10, 12 people living in the village. Everybody is trying to bring life to this region, even the people who are in their 60s or in their 70s. I mean, they do hard work. They do hard work every day, and they look for the best. They hope for the best. And they don't think that life will finish here, you know, completely one day. I'm just trying to do some sort of logical calculation. What happens with the places with no kids? In UK, Croatia, and every other place, places with no kids simply die out. I think basically that, you know, the life has been killed in this region. There was a genocide here, and we all know what the aim of genocide is. The mortal remains of my father were exhumed and identified 10 years after the war, and the mortal remains of my mother and brother were exhumed and identified 15 years after the war. I learned how to cope with it on daily basis, and it goes on and off. And when it goes off, you are a normal person, and you can even enjoy. I come here and I enjoy, listen to the birds, feel the smell, look around. It's beautiful. But then when it comes back, the memories, it's bad. It feels bad. But then I just shake it off, you know, with my head, and I try to live normal life and enjoy, you know. I don't know how the future is going to look. For the time being, there's some life in all of these places, or most of these places. I mean, did their plan, you know, come true? That's another question. I don't know. in terms of the number of victims it did, in terms of life returning, at least in some form, to this region, maybe it didn't work. I don't want to really give any totally pessimistic, prognosis, but you could imagine that in 10, 15 years you will find no one in this place.